This is going to be the explanation video for the negative space drawing of this project. So you're going to be using colored pencils to fill in the negative space of whatever object you choose. So I want you to learn those obviously first. So you should have this worksheet printed out for you, and then you are following along like you are watching and actually doing it as the video is playing with part 1 and part 2. So that is what you're going to be doing first. After that, you're going to be doing your project in negative space. And that is what this looks like. So we have our positive space, wherever our object would be. It's left blank. There's no details in there. Like there are no individual leaves drawn. It's just the silhouette, it's just the outline. And then the area in the negative space is filled in by unique and interesting patterns. Notice how even if like it's simple, something that's just like rectangles, they're actually filled in. They have some pattern inside of them and it's neatly done. These are a few more examples of this project done with chairs. Nothing in the positive space. The area of the negative space is filled in with pencil. What are your requirements for this project? So you must include an object in negative space, so you don't have any details inside of your object. Your project must be outlined in Sharpie. It must fill a majority of the space. I'm giving you an 11 by 14 piece of paper. I expect the object to fill that piece of paper, not be tiny and in the middle. You must fill the page. No patterns inside of your object. You must include a pattern in the negative space made up of shapes or lines. It must have a variety of sizes of shapes or lines, a wide variety of colors. Don't just color the entire background black. That would be very boring. You must demonstrate value, shading, or blending using colored pencil. So those techniques you will have learned after you watch those videos. You must have it must look neat. So all of your shapes and lines and colors are evenly spaced. A majority of the negative space is filled with color, shape, or pattern. You must have your object drawn in proper craftsmanship. Your patterns are done in proper craftsmanship, and then negative space is colored in with proper craftsmanship. So step 1, you need to find an image. So you're going to be finding a high quality image of your object that you would like to draw in both positive and negative space. The object that you pick, you're doing for both. The object must be high quality, not pixelated. It should fill the page and have a subject matter that fills the page. You're going to put this image in a Google document, make sure it fills up the whole page. Maybe that's a little important if I'm mentioning it 20 times. And then you're going to share this with a teacher to be printed. You need to keep this with you and keep it in your drawer. Do not lose it because you're using it for this project and the next one. So to demonstrate how to do all of this, click here and watch that video. Then what you're doing is you're picking a pattern for your background. So you're going to decide what type of pattern you're going to have and have 3 options to choose from. So in your sketchbook or on a scrap piece of paper, test out these patterns first. All of your options must be detailed and intricate, nothing basic, so no stripes, plain stripes or polka dots. You must actually try here. So you can choose some of the patterns that you drew from your pattern challenge if you want. You must make sure that this pattern will fill your space evenly and look at some of the examples on slide 9 or 10, but don't copy them, make them your own. I don't think those are there anymore. So what do you do after you have your image and you have your pattern? You're going to draw your object. So imagine that this is on your large piece of construction paper. You're going to draw the outline of your object. There are no details inside. This is just going to be a silhouette. The object must fill majority of the space. You need to draw lightly so that if you need to erase that you can. Once your outline is drawn, trace it neatly using a thin point Sharpie. Then what you're going to do is you're going to block in your patterns from your pattern sheet or what you choose. So you may outline the shape, but do not color inside of the shape. We want to have our just object in negative space. You're going to use a variety of size and shapes. You're going to put your pattern in there. I suggest lightly blocking in your pattern first, and then you can go in and add some details using colored pencil. So then you're going to fill it in and color it in. Make sure you're using proper colored pencil techniques when you do this. Apply the color of your pattern. Blend, layer those colored pencils. Make sure that you're using them properly. Fill the space, use proper craftsmanship, and go to the edge of your paper. Don't just stop. And then make sure that you stay out of that area of positive space.